Before we get into the episode, I am thrilled to announce that the EntreMD Business School is open for enrollment. The EntreMD Business School is the only school of its kind for physicians who want to build 6, 7, and multiple 7-figure businesses. Over the last 2 years, we have had hundreds of doctors go through the school with unbelievable results. Some of them run brands, some of them run private practices, some of them are coaches, some have other kinds of service-based businesses or product-based businesses. And we've had people come in and cross the 6-figure milestone, cross the 7-figure milestone, cross the multiple 7-figure milestone. You will be in a place where you'll get the coaching, the community, the accountability that you need to thrive as an entrepreneur, especially in the times that we're in. So maybe you've been following me for a while. Maybe you've been getting so much out of the EntreMD podcast and you've been wondering, how can I work with Dr. Una and the community more? Well, this is your chance. Come join us in the EntreMD Business School. It is application only. So go to entremd.com/business to turn in your application. I cannot tell you how many doctors have made statements like this. I recovered my investment in the first week. I recovered my investment in my bank account in the first 90 days. This is the best investment I've made in myself ever. I want you to have that kind of story, not just a story of building a great business that serves a lot and earns a lot, but having a business that gives you the freedom to live life on your terms. So don't wait any longer. entremd.com/business. And now for the episode. Hi, docs. Welcome to the EntreMD podcast, where it's all about helping amazing physicians just like you embrace entrepreneurship so you can have the freedom to live life and practice medicine on your terms. I'm your host, Dr. Una. Well, hello, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the EntreMD podcast. I have something fun for everybody. I know you may have looked at the title and you're like, Facebook Lives, I don't want to talk about it, but this is going to be good. Okay, remember, I'm the introvert. This is going to be absolutely okay, 100%. Okay, so I'm going to start off by telling on myself, right? Because I want to tell you about the first time I thought of doing a Facebook Live. Now, I had known 2 years before that if I did videos for my private practice, that it would really explode because nobody else was doing it. But still, I was like, you mean like put my face on the World Wide Web? Like, I don't think I can do that. I was terrified, horrified. And I had been doing this for 2 years. 2 years. And then one day I saw somebody else doing a video. It was an awful video, but she probably had like 60,000 people watching it and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do a video. So I do this video, right? My first video, I posted online and I'm like, okay, there, my worst video is done. All right. But that's video. You know what I mean? Very different from a Facebook Live. You know, something I can't edit, I can't do anything with. And people are watching while I'm doing it. And I remember thinking, you know what? I've been procrastinating on this for 2.5 years at this point, right? And I was like, I'm just going to do it. So I'm in my office. It's my lunch break. I pull out my cell phone and I hit the go live button. And I'm like, hey guys, this is Dr. Una. I'm the founder of, Ivy League Pediatrics. And I am going to be doing a live show every Thursday at 1:00 to help you, empower you, to help your kids be healthy and And, I did it and I ended it. And there was a lot of engagement. People were like, oh my gosh, that's my pediatrician. They're tagging their friends and all that kind of stuff. And they're like, yeah, we're going to be there every Thursday. I call it the Legacy Parent Show. And I kid you not, week after week after week, I even had kids who would watch with their parents. Mommy, Dr. Una, mommy, Dr. Una. It was the funniest thing. And I started having new patients, and I would always ask, right? Because as entrepreneurs, we're scientists. We want to see what's working so we can do more of it. And like, how did you find out about us? Or like, oh yeah, I watch your videos. I watch the Legacy Parent Show. And I kept having that and kept having that. In fact, it worked so well that when I was ready to cut back on my clinical hours, I had to stop the show. because I was getting slammed with new patients. I had to stop it. And my question to you is like, would you like to have to stop a marketing funnel in your business because it's like, oh my gosh, this is working too well, right? So I get being nervous and I get not wanting to do it, but I want you to listen to this episode with an open mind and we're going to work through this. Okay. All right. So why should you use Facebook Lives as a growth strategy? Why should you do that? And this works whether you're an entrepreneur, meaning you're an employed physician and you love your job. It's not like you're trying to go anywhere. Even if you're an employed physician or you own your own private practice or you're a coach or you have some other kind of service or you have a skincare line, whichever, this works. In fact, the first doctor that I worked with that launched a skincare line, Dr. Yinka Skin, big shout out, Facebook Live was her strategy. It's her big strategy. So anyway, let's look at it. Number one, why should we use it? Okay, so number one is that the internet loves video. The internet loves video. It does. And so what that means is, chances are your content is going to be featured more, video higher than pictures, higher than text. That's just the way it is. Okay. So the internet loves video. And Facebook has a competition, and that's YouTube, right? And Facebook was trying to see, how are we going to get people to consume more video on our platform? And they came up with the whole Facebook Live concept. They spent reportedly about 50 million getting celebrities to come on and use Facebook Live so that people can adopt it. And if you go on Facebook and you put a YouTube link, they're going to suppress it. You do a Facebook Live, they're going to promote it. So guess what? Facebook is promoting this stuff for you. Okay. So the internet loves it and Facebook will sponsor it. So, it's a win-win-win-win-win situation there. The internet loves video. Okay. It loves video. Number two is that there's a much higher engagement with live videos than there is with non-live videos. Okay. So they actually did the data and showed that there are 10 times more comments with your live video than with your non-live video. And guess what happens when you have more engagement? Facebook is like, oh my gosh, this is engaging content. Let's share it with other people. So you want the engagement? Facebook Lives work. All right. Facebook Lives work. The third reason, one of my favorite reasons, is that it's so cost effective. I need you to think about it. Okay. Now now we're in the Facebook era, so it's sometimes hard to look back, but let's think about when there was no Facebook. Okay. So we're talking 2003. There's no Facebook. And you decided, I want to do a show on TV. So let's pick reality TV. Okay. I want to do a show on reality TV. Do you know I pulled up the data and it actually shows that I got this from Manville that it costs between $100,000 and $500,000 per episode. I need you to let that sink in. $100,000 to $500,000 per episode. And Facebook is letting you do a show because I called mine the Legacy Parent Show. You can create whatever you want and you can have a specific time for it and you can write it out the way you want it to go and you pay no dollars. So no dollars versus $100,000 to $500,000. You should be picking no dollars every day. All day, every day. This is your opportunity to have a show and not pay the big bucks for it. It's a $500,000 a week savings. Do the Facebook Live. It's cost effective. Okay? It's cost effective. All right. Number 4, it establishes you as an authority. Now, we talked about this with using podcasting as a strategy. So, that's a few episodes back. Please go listen to it. The links will be in the show notes. And the person who is out there speaking, the person who is out there on stage is perceived as the authority. Okay. Now, if you are an expert, but you're not out there, nobody knows you're the authority. Nobody knows they should be listening to you. If you want to have a brand that is positioned where you're positioned as an authority, you need to be out there. You need to be out there speaking. People need to see you in your element doing your thing. Okay? So I want you to think about this, okay? Like or hate Dr. Oz, he's out there. He's out there. He has a show. He has a following. He's writing books. He's doing all this stuff. If he comes out and he says that chocolate is the new strategy for weight loss in children, and a pediatrician with no brand is like, no, the data doesn't show that. Eat your fruits and vegetables. Guess who they're going to listen to? And I'm not saying that Dr. Oz is saying that. I'm just making this up so you can see what happens when you don't position yourself as the authority, right? So chances are he has a TV show. He's out there. People are going to listen to him. You might say, but that's ridiculous. That's not data. They should listen to me. My thing is, if what you have to say is so important, then you owe it to the people who should listen to you. You owe it to them to go build authority so they can listen to you. This is your responsibility. This is your responsibility. You have to be out there. Okay? So showing up on Facebook Lives, it establishes you as an authority. And you might be going like, Dr. Una, I hate video. I don't want to do it. I hear you, but I don't want to do it. I have stuff for you. Okay? Just be patient. All right? Roll with me. Okay. So that's number 4. Establish you as the authority. Number 5 is one of my favorite right after cost effective. And that is, it is your opportunity to do market research. When I teach this in the business school all the time, like when you sit down and you're dreaming up what your business will be and what it's going to do and who it's going to help and what kind of solution you're going to offer, that's like being in the classroom coming up with hypotheses. That's like you being in the classroom coming up with hypotheses. That's what you're doing, right? Now, when you are done in science, when you're done with all that, you have to go to the lab to test what you said, right? You have to go test it. In the same way, as an entrepreneur, you can dream up anything you want. When you're done, you have to take it to the marketplace to go test it. And one of the wonderful ways to test is to do a Facebook Live, because guess what? You can ask questions. People are giving comments. You can ask what resonated with them the most, and they're telling you. You can ask them what topics they want to hear about, and they'll tell you. You can ask them what their challenges are, and they'll tell you. And you might find, oh, wait a minute. I was thinking that they wanted me to help them lose weight, but what they really want is they want these meal plans. You don't know, like your business is not about serving you. It's not about what you like. Your business is about what you can do to help your ideal people, right? And a Facebook Live, because it's a two-way, gives you an amazing opportunity to do market research. I cannot tell you how many times in the business school we've had students who are like, this is what I want to do. They go out there and it's not like they had to completely reinvent everything. No, not at all. But it's just a little slight pivot because now they see what their audience really wants, right? Okay. So that's the 5th thing, is that it's beautiful, beautiful for market research. It is so beautiful, right? And if you haven't listened to the episode on podcasting, I want you to go back and listen to that because the things there apply to this as well. But I wanted to give you some new stuff. Okay. So the Legacy Parents Show did a great job growing my business. It was Facebook Live. It was free. In fact, you might be going like, oh my gosh, the tech. Let me tell you what my tech was. My tech was my phone, my iPhone, I don't know, 7 or 8 at the time. And I had a little lapel mic that I got from Amazon. I had that. In the beginning, I didn't have a stand. So I used a box that had a nebulizer in it as my stand. And I was good to go. Literally, I was good to go. So don't worry about the tech. Now I got a little fancy a little later and got a light and got a stand, but that was pretty much all. So you got this. All right. Okay. So now I have 2 kinds of people who are listening. One is like, you know what? I've been doing Facebook Lives. I've been meaning to do them, but I haven't been doing them strategically. I wasn't consistent. Now I see I can really use it to grow my business. I'm all in. And if that's you, I want to tell you, go for it. Be all in. Okay. Now I have another group listening who's like, Dr. Una, I'm an introvert. I'm shy. I can't do video. I think I'm going to forget my words. I can't do this. Right? Now, first of all, I'm going to tell you, there's a podcast episode where I interviewed Dr. Amy, and Dr. Amy Paul, and she talks about her first Facebook Live. I'm going to link to it in the show notes. You should go listen to it. It's so cool. It's so amazing. All right. And it'll just let you know you're not alone. I told you my own story. You're not alone. Okay. But I'm still going to have you commit to at least doing a few Facebook Lives. Why? Because when you become an entrepreneur, I want you to think of your training in entrepreneurship the same as a doctor or a medical student would, right? Nobody says, even if you say, when I was born, I knew I wanted to be a dermatologist, right? And you show up in med school, you're going to do dermatology rotations, you're going to do ENT rotations, you're going to do surgery rotations, you're going to do OBGYN rotations. Nobody cares that you don't like any of those things and you don't think that's what you're going to do, right? Because you don't know. How many people have walked in and in the process of doing their rotations, they decided, oh my gosh, I never want to do that, right? I wanted to be an OBGYN forever. Actually, I told people, I'm not sure what I want to be, but I'm sure I don't want to be a pediatrician. And look at me, right? So I want you to treat it like a med school rotation, right? I want you to go like, okay, this may not be my thing, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to put my best foot forward. I'm going to try it for a month or whatever. See what the results are. See whether I really don't like it because I'm shy and it's uncomfortable, or I don't like it because I'm not wired to do it, right? You don't know. You don't know. So I'm going to challenge you to go out of your comfort zone and do it, and then decide if you like it or not. Okay? So don't not do it. Do it, but you don't have to do it forever. Consider it a 4-week rotation. All right. Awesome. This is so good. Now I want you to think about it. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe a few months from now, I'd be getting an email or DM from you saying, Dr. Una, you should see what I did with my Facebook Lives. I've created a new problem for myself. I have more clients that I can handle, or I have more patients than I can handle. And we can talk about what you need to do with that. Right. Okay. So there you go. This is why you should embrace Facebook Lives. It's for you. It's a $500,000 savings a week. I would take it. Okay. And I can't wait to celebrate all the good stuff that happens from you doing this. All right. Again, if you're like, I need a strategy for it though. I want to be able to use it the right way, right? I want to learn to talk, I want to learn to speak in a way that I get my message across and I'm building my audience. I'm doing all that stuff. Of course, the EntreMD Business School is for you. Come join us. We'll be happy to have you there, but you have enough right now to go start doing this. All right. So thank you for listening, and I will see you, my friends, on the next episode of the EntreMD podcast. Hey, if you love listening to the EntreMD podcast, I want to invite you to join EntreMD On Demand. It is my signature subscription program that gives you access to a library of business courses designed to help you do one thing as a physician entrepreneur, and that is to thrive. Just head out to entremd.com/on demand, and I'd love to have you join us. See you on the inside.